A 70-ton beast, no RPG can stop. Imagine a war zone. Not an open field, but the tight, winding streets of a city. Every window could hide a sniper, every doorway an ambush. Suddenly, an insurgent steps out from the shadows, hefts a rocket-propelled grenade launcher onto his shoulder, and fires. The rocket screams across the street and smashes into a massive yellow machine in a shower of sparks and smoke. But when the smoke clears, the machine hasn't stopped. It hasn't even slowed down. It just keeps coming. This isn't a tank, it's a bulldozer, but it's no ordinary construction vehicle. This is the Israeli Defense Forces D9, nicknamed the Doobi, Hebrew for teddy bear. It's a 70-ton beast of combat engineering, a moving fortress designed to shrug off direct hits from the very weapons that can cripple a main battle tank. Section 1. The problem, a new kind of battlefield. So why would a country turn a piece of construction equipment into one of the most heavily armored vehicles on the planet? To understand that, you have to understand the brutal reality of modern war. The age of giant tank battles on open plains is mostly over. Now fighting is up close, personal, and incredibly dangerous. It's called asymmetric urban combat. In the narrow streets of places like Gaza, the West Bank, or southern Lebanon, conventional tanks and armored vehicles are frighteningly vulnerable. Improvised explosive devices, IEDs, can be hidden anywhere, capable of tearing right through the floor of a multi-million-dollar vehicle. Buildings are often booby-trapped, ready to collapse on top of advancing troops. And then there's the RPG, the rocket-propelled grenade. It's cheap, it's everywhere, and it's easily hidden. The RPG is the great equalizer in city fighting. For the Israel Defense Forces, or IDF, this was a deadly, constant problem. How do you clear a path for your soldiers when the path itself is a weapon? How do you deal with enemies hidden in civilian buildings without taking massive casualties? Every street corner is a kill zone. The IDF needed something that could lead the way, absorbing the punishment meant for its soldiers. It needed a spearhead, a shield, something that could tear down the enemy's defenses and carve a safe path through the most dangerous places on Earth. The answer wasn't a new tank or a smarter missile. The answer was to take the most powerful bulldozer in the world and make it invincible. Section 2, the character, birth of the Doobi. This all starts with the Caterpillar D9. In its normal life, the D9 is a king of construction, a massive tractor used to move mountains of earth for mines and building projects. With a huge diesel engine and enough power to pull over 70 tons, it's an absolute monster of raw power. The IDF looked at that power and saw the perfect starting point for a new weapon. Starting back in the 1980s, the IDF's Combat Engineering Corps began a radical transformation. They took the stock D9 and gave it a suit of armor that would make a tank jealous. And we're not just talking about welding a few extra steel plates on the sides. The Doobi is the result of decades of battlefield experience. The process starts by taking a brand new D9 and systematically wrapping it in a custom-built Israeli armor package. The engine and all the important mechanical bits are shielded by thick, heavy steel. The two-person crew, an operator and a commander, sit inside a heavily armored cabin often called the cockpit, which is fitted with bulletproof glass that can stop sniper rounds and shrapnel. All this armor adds a staggering 15 tons to the dozer's weight, bringing the total to nearly 70 tons. That's right up there with Israel's main battle tank, the Merkava. This teddy bear is one of the heaviest animals in the military zoo, and it's that sheer weight and layered protection that makes it so hard to stop. It can take hits from machine guns, small arms, and even huge IEDs that would gut a lesser vehicle. But the real genius of the design is how it deals with its arch nemesis, the RPG. Section 3, the engineering, how to stop an RPG. So an RPG doesn't work with just brute explosive force. It uses something called a shaped charge to create a superheated jet of molten metal that punches through steel like it's butter. To beat that, the D9 uses a deceptively simple-looking piece of tech, slat armor. You've definitely seen it. It's that cage-like grid wrapped around the bulldozer's cabin and other vital parts. This cage isn't designed to stop the RPG with sheer force. It's smarter than that. It's built to mess up the RPG before it can do its job. The cage is spaced at just the right distance from the vehicle's body. When an RPG hits the slats, the warhead is either crushed or its fuse is triggered too early. By detonating a few feet away from the main armor, that focused jet of metal can't form properly. It just dissipates in the air, splashing harmlessly against the thick steel of the cabin. It's a simple idea with a life-saving result, turning one of the deadliest anti-tank weapons into little more than a loud firecracker. But the protection doesn't stop there. The newest D9s are getting even more advanced defenses. In 2019, they began fitting the fleet with the Iron Fist active protection system. This is the same kind of tech that protects Israel's most advanced tanks. Iron Fist uses radar to spot incoming missiles and RPGs. Once it detects a threat, it launches a tiny interceptor that blows up the projectile midair, long before it even reaches the dozer. It's a 360-degree invisible shield that makes an already tough vehicle even harder to kill. And just in case, the D9 can fight back. It usually has a machine gun mounted up top, and some can be fitted with grenade launchers and smoke projectors, letting the crew lay down cover fire or vanish behind a wall of smoke. Section 4. The Spectacle, the Unstoppable Force. On the battlefield, the D9 is a force of nature. It's the literal spearhead for any IDF ground operation. When troops have to push into hostile territory, the Doobi goes first. Its massive reinforced blade, which is basically another layer of armor, clears paths, fills in anti-tank ditches, and pushes up huge walls of earth to protect tanks and infantry. It can literally shake a building by nudging it with its blade to set off any booby traps inside before soldiers go in. And if a building is being used as a sniper nest, the D9 can simply demolish it in under an hour, turning it into a pile of useless rubble. It's a one-vehicle wrecking crew. Its jobs are everything from clearing minefields and detonating IEDs from a safe distance to rescuing other stuck or damaged armored vehicles. In the chaos of urban combat, battalion commanders have literally been known to fight over who gets a D9 assigned to their unit. That's how valuable it is. But the D9's evolution didn't stop with armor. Recognizing just how dangerous its missions were, the IDF developed a remote-controlled version. The latest model is the D9T Panda. These machines have an empty cockpit. The operator sits safely in a command vehicle, sometimes miles away, driving this 70-ton beast with a joystick and a bank of screens showing a 360-degree view from the vehicle's cameras. This technology changes the game entirely. It allows the IDF to send the D9 into the most dangerous situations you can imagine, clearing dense minefields or demolishing buildings known to be packed with explosives without risking a single life inside. It is the ultimate expression of the D9's main purpose: to take the risks so that soldiers don't have to. Section 5. The Controversy, a Tool of Destruction. For all its engineering marvels and its life-saving role for Israeli soldiers, the D9 Bulldozer is one of the most controversial pieces of military hardware in the world. To its critics, the Doobi is a symbol of occupation and destruction. Human rights groups and the United Nations have heavily criticized the IDF for using the D9 to demolish large numbers of Palestinian homes in the West Bank and Gaza. Since 1967, thousands of homes have been destroyed, displacing tens of thousands of people. The IDF argues that these demolitions are a military necessity, that they only target the homes of militants, destroy weapon caches, or clear paths to prevent ambushes. But critics say the practice is often a form of collective punishment, which is a violation of international law. They point to the destruction of farms, wells, and other infrastructure, arguing it causes immense suffering to civilians. The bulldozer's role in all this even made its manufacturer, Caterpillar, the target of protests and lawsuits. The most tragic and well-known incident happened in 2003, when a young American activist named Rachel Corrie was killed by an IDF D9 while protesting a home demolition in Gaza. Her death brought global attention to the bulldozer and cemented its dual identity. From the IDF's perspective, in this kind of war, the lines are blurry. They argue that civilian buildings are often used by militant groups to store weapons, build tunnels, and launch attacks. For them, the D9 is an essential tool to protect their soldiers. Clearing a building that poses a threat, even if it means destroying it, is seen as a necessary evil to avoid a bigger, more destructive firefight. It's a debate that perfectly captures the moral chaos of modern warfare, where a machine designed to protect one group of people is seen as an instrument of destruction by another. The D9 Doobi is a fascinating and deeply polarizing machine. It brings up tough questions about war, technology, and morality. What do you think about this 70-ton beast? Is it a necessary tool of modern combat or a step too far? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the world's most incredible military machines, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. Conclusion: from a simple piece of construction equipment to a 70-ton armored behemoth, the story of the IDF D9 Doobi is a story of adaptation. It's a testament to the brutal logic of war, where the only answer to a deadlier weapon is an even tougher shield. For the soldiers who walk in its shadow, it's a guardian angel made of steel, a teddy bear that keeps them safe. For those who watch it level homes and landscapes, it's a monster that represents a seemingly endless conflict. In the end, the D9 is a perfect mirror of modern war itself. Complex, morally ambiguous, and devastatingly effective. It's an unstoppable force, born from a desperate need to survive in the world's most dangerous neighborhoods.